Today we're going to talk about how things are going up at the Princess Lodges. I've got a great comparison for you, things that a Let's Go family member noticed that just cruised on Celebrity and has cruised on Princess forever. And then we're also going to talk about how long do you really need to be at the airport before your flight departs. That seems to be changing. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Tuesday. It's May 23rd of 2023, and I wanted to start off by letting you know super fast that the only two airports that I know of that has kind of like the porter assist to have your luggage, that when you put it out the night before they take it and then you pick up your luggage at your home city baggage claim. The only two ports that I know of for sure that has it is in Seattle and in Fort Lauderdale with Princess. If any of you know of any other ports that are doing that, would you please let us know? I would really appreciate it. Lots of people ask me that. And I know that it is an amazing service. It's really helpful. But a lot of the other ports don't, but it's not hard. If you're taking a Princess transfer, for example, you put your luggage out the night before, they take it down, put it in the building there where you disembark, you pick up your luggage, go through customs, and then you just take it with you to the Princess transfer, or if you're going to go on an Uber or a taxi or a different tour and they're picking you up, you just walk out the door and you've got your luggage with you. Just so you know, it works really easy either way, but if you want to have that lovely experience of putting your luggage out the night before and not having to manage it again until you are at your home baggage claim, only Fort Lauderdale and Seattle. So like I said, if you know of any others, please let me know. Now, this part is always hard for me. I don't like to talk about things that aren't going well, but I feel like I should let you know so that you go really well prepared, that you stuff your suitcase full of patience, and just don't let things bother you as much as you can. And I hate to have to say that to you. So up at the Princess Lodges, I'm hearing from lots of Let's Go family members that they are off to a rough start. If you were around here last year was the first year that Princess and Holland America and Celebrity started running their cruise tours. If you're not familiar, cruise tours are when you have a land portion and a cruise portion, and you can do the cruise first or second. Doesn't matter, and you book them different ways, but things seem to be having a hard time starting up. I was hoping that they wouldn't. I am really hopeful that by the time next week comes that things are going better, but of course we can't guarantee it. So that's why you've got to take your patience. I would say definitely pack snacks in your bag that you keep with you. So when you go on these cruise tours, you have a very small bag that you can keep with you. I should talk about that another day. And then the rest of your luggage comes separate from you. And as of yesterday, they were still waiting for their luggage. It had barely come late. Gosh, what time was that in the evening? It was evening by the time the luggage came. And so make sure that you have got snacks, of course your medicine, anything else you need. But the reason that I'm telling you snacks, and not just a candy bar, but something real, is because, for example, yesterday they arrived at the lodge and it was a 2-hour wait for lunch. They are having a hard time with having the rooms ready. When people arrive still late, they're not quite ready. But the really important thing to know is that all of the staff there is working really, really hard. I even asked the Let's Go family member that I was chatting with if it seemed like they didn't have enough staff, and she said, well, they seem like they think they have enough staff. They just seem really surprised by the number of people who are arriving. And so when you go, take your patience with you and look for the best. Alaska is still beautiful. I still hear that from everyone. They are thoroughly enjoying seeing Alaska and everything that goes with it. The other thing that I would just say, and I don't really know that it will help, is, I always talk to you about printing your travel summary. Take your travel summary with you. Your travel summary doesn't show everything, but I have also heard of several people having trouble with what the requests for when they arrived at the lodge are not being met. Like everything from handicap accessible rooms to having the food that they needed to meet their dietary requirements. All of these things aren't working. And so, yeah, take a little bit of extra food with you in case you get somewhere and dinner is delayed a long time, lunch is delayed a long time, so that you're okay. And if you're standing there for an hour waiting for your bus past the time, I guess hopefully there'll be somebody nice to visit with. I hope that they work through this really soon. So yeah, definitely pack your patience there and enjoy what there is to enjoy. I know that Gordon and I have different personalities. You could probably tell that. He is really laid back and he's just happy to be there with me, and I am always the one thinking, well, we're supposed to be there, or this is supposed to be working, and so yeah, I guess try to be more like a little more relaxed like Gordon is. Alrighty, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is travel delays. I have read a lot. There are a lot of really good people who do updates every day about travel, and I enjoy following them. And then just reading a lot of news. It seems like some travel delays are back, and we are, and you know what, we are, I think, getting accustomed to hearing of flight delays, flight cancellations, all of these things, both, you know, with traveling to Europe, traveling around the United States. It seems like they're happening everywhere in the world. So I think we are all getting really used to allowing extra time for our travel. Based on the experience that we have had this last weekend, and like I said on what I read, go early to the airport. I'm having Gordon slide some footage in. Yesterday when we arrived at the airport in Boston, there were only 2 workers working to check people in. They usually have several workers working, and so we just have the habit of getting in the Sky Priority line. They whip the luggage tags on our luggage. We've already got our boarding pass on our phone, and so it is super slick. It just works really well. Yesterday we were in that line though for over an hour because they only had a worker managing Delta 1, and then someone for the Sky Priority when you went through and put your own luggage tags on. And so finally they started taking people out of our line, which is a really long line. So all these people are moving over to put luggage tags on themselves and get in that line. And so anyway, it took a really long time by the time we got our luggage tags on, got through the line, everything. So what was usually going to take us 15 minutes took an hour. And then at that airport, you can't just go get in the security line. You have to get in this really long line with everyone who wants to go through security. And then they've got one worker stationed there who looks at your boarding pass and tells you if you can go in the regular security line, or if you can go in the TSA pre-check, or if you go in the clear line. That really slowed things down, and so that was another glitch. So we were to the airport I would say at least 2.5 hours before our flight left. At least 2.5, and we walked up to the gate. We were standing there for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they boarded our flight. That is how long it took simply to get checked in and get through security. So wherever you are going, go early. We're going to go early this Friday night when we get to fly to Seattle. I'm really anxious to see how the Seattle airport is doing. It gets so busy during the cruise season, so I'll let you know. We'll take some pictures. We'll talk to you about it. But we're really excited to go on our cruise. So if you're new around here, this Saturday we are boarding the Holland America Eurodom off to Alaska. So come with us. All right, now finally, the other thing we need to talk about is celebrity versus princess. And there's good and bad to both, and truly a lot of it is subjective. But I want to share with you what a Let's Go family member shared with me who has cruised on Princess many times. They are elite, and they decided to give celebrity a try. So these are the main things that stood out to them. So first of all, they really loved the ship. They're on the Celebrity Edge, which is one of their newest ships, Edge class, absolutely beautiful. They loved truly how beautiful the ship is, and she is beautiful. Along with that, they really enjoyed the dining. They said that overall, in the buffet, the main dining room, and the specialty dining, the food is much better than on Princess's, and I would second that. That's how it was on the cruise that I've been on. I'm going to add, though, that number 1, food is subjective. Number 2, truly it can vary by cruise. And you get different chefs, you get different supplies. I don't know truthfully why it can vary as much as it does, but I do think it does. It can easily vary a lot. But their experience was that the food was much better. They really enjoyed the specialty dining as well. They said that they noticed in the specialty dining, though, the service was so slow. And so I don't know if they're low on workers or what, but she said the service was very slow. That they just had to wait for their food to come. And it was slow in the main dining room as well. So on Celebrity, they seat you at 6 and at 8:30. She said it took the whole time from 6 until almost 8:30 to get their food, and they were trying to hurry with their dessert even to be done for people to come to be seated for 8:30. So that seems like, you know, that's how that was. Their room steward, though, was really great. Really enjoyed that. Another thing they noticed was the difference between the cabins. Now, on Princess, they have cruised in balconies, mini suites, and suites. On the Edge, they got like the suite equivalent of a mini suite. So Celebrity doesn't have like what they call a mini suite. They just have some smaller suites and then clear up to the larger suites. And so it was more of the size that Princess's mini suite is, the class of suite that they were in. And she noted that the cabins are bigger on Princess for that experience, and that just overall it was a nicer room that they have experienced on Princess. And so wanted to tell you about that. She said that in like overall she felt like you get a better, like more bang for your buck cruising on Princess, and Princess usually is cheaper. It is, but like I said, they did have the better food. It does have Starlink. The Edge has Starlink, but it was slow internet. It was not what we expected, and you know what? It doesn't sound like it was as fast as what I experienced on the Norwegian breakaway when we just went down to the Caribbean. So I couldn't tell you if it has to do with that region of the world they were in. They just cruised from Barcelona down to Rome. No big deal. And so I would have thought that it would have been a little bit better there, but you know what? I have also, and they did get the premium Wi-Fi. They didn't just keep the basic. They upgraded to the premium Wi-Fi, but she commented she wasn't able to do her work. Now, here's my question though. I am not technically inclined at all, and I think some of you are. So do you think that Starlink is slowing down because so many people are getting on it now? We're getting more of the cruise ships online, and just everywhere I think are a lot more people. So let us know what you think about that. I was really excited. I was hoping, you wouldn't expect anything to be the cure-all for slow internet, but I was really hoping that it was like the beginning of a new age with internet on cruise ships. So let us know what your experience has been lately. I would actually love to hear from you all, like what your experience has been with Wi-Fi lately. I don't hear that the Eurodom has it yet, but we'll surely see when we are on the Koningsdam sailing. They're going round trip out of Vancouver to Alaska. It hasn't, and I hear it's pretty sweet. So yeah, let me know what you're doing. And also, in addition to asking you, will you please let me know how your cruise tour is going, how your cruise is doing? Doesn't matter which line. We would really like to hear from you. And tomorrow we will go over some updates, some more updates, but I felt like the things we needed to talk about today, we really needed to talk about today. And then tomorrow we are also going to talk about dining some more. So get ready for that. And we also need to talk about, it's been going around, I watch everybody else's videos, not everyone's, but a lot of YouTube videos about like what you need to expect when you go to Alaska, what you need to do to enjoy it. And I have my own list, and it's really different, I think, than a lot of the ones that I have heard. A lot of the ones that I hear are pretty much basics to me that I think, oh, yeah. But I just have some things I want you to think about if you're going to Alaska. So we're going to talk about that this week as well. So thank you all very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We've been waiting for you. We need to have you here with us. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.